Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to the All About Favor channel. I am your host, Pastor KZ. Thank all of my current subscribers for watching. And for those of you who haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. You will be notified every time I upload a new video. Y'all, as I promised, all this week, activewear. For those of you who say I don't wear Nike, here's another Nike, okay? So I am repping the different activewear this week. Also, I just want to give a shout out to one of my subscribers, and y'all know this subscriber as the boy bye, who I talk about periodically, and last week's Tell the Truth Confession Thursday was about. Y'all, look, he gifted me a coffee mug, and the mug said, "Here's to strong women. May we know them, may we imitate them, and may we raise them." Thank you, boy, bye. I'm repping. Okay, now, don't forget, you feel free to write me at walkinfavor61@yahoo.com. Like the video, share the video, and hit me some comments down below. Again, another eyewear. I like this one. What say you? Don't forget, I'll be doing shows starting next month. Each week, just little shorts for you to select some of the eyewear that's going to make my eyewear line. So, thank you all again for watching. Confession Thursday, Tell the Truth Thursday. I'd like to start today's show with a biblical scripture. Let's just do one. And that scripture says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." Proverbs 18:22. All right, on last week's show, we had a man, my boy bye, who gifted me a mug, and he gifted me some gear, which I'll rep at another time. He got divorced, and then he realized that he wanted to get back with his wife. So, and the following day I had to do a follow-up of that email. So, he thought he wanted something, and then he had a change of heart. And I was kind of hard on him a little bit, but you know what? He was not getting what his heart, his mind, or his soul needed or desired. Y'all, sometimes you don't miss the water until the well runs dry. Or sometimes it takes you stepping away from a situation so you can think more clearly, so you can give an unbiased opinion. Because sometimes when you're going through stuff, especially in relationships such as marriages, sometimes you got people in your ear, as I said last week. And sometimes when you are, sharing your personal business with other people, you just don't always know their motive for why they're saying what they're saying to you. So be careful who you allow in your ear and what information you are being receptive to. You have to be careful what information you are taking in. Now, he had a change of heart. And another thing is I am continuing in prayer for this couple. And sometimes I make light of it and say boy bye and stuff. But you know what? Y'all, it takes a lot of courage and humility to admit when you make a mistake or when you're wrong. Everybody can't say I made a mistake. I messed that up. I didn't get that right. Some people have a hard time with that. So to you, my brother, I salute you, because what you did, it takes courage to admit that, especially y'all. Some men, they never gonna say I'm sorry or I was wrong. Or they gonna blame you or blame the situation. But I salute you, bro. It takes courage and humility. You humble yourself on this one. But you know what? It took a larger amount of courage for his wife, his ex-wife, to accept his apology. Okay, ladies, you know what? I'm going to speak to the ladies on this real quick, briefly. Some women say they forgive, but they don't never let you forget it. They always throwing up in your face what you did. That's not true forgiveness. I didn't say you're going to forget what happened. You're not going to ever forget that pain, that humiliation, that hurt you felt. But if you are truly going to walk in forgiveness in your relationship with your husband or your ex-husband or your ex-boyfriend or what have you, you can't be throwing up in his face every time he's 15 minutes late coming home. Oh, you probably was with somebody. You can't do that, because now you really haven't forgiven. And now maybe you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, am I being insecure? Because once you lose trust in a person and you still trying to be with them and you always throwing things up in them, well, you did this to me and I ain't gonna never forget how you hurt me and I saw the sign. Girl, bye with that. Sit down with that and just admit you're not ready to revisit that relationship, because you still got some stuff you got to work on. Now, what this woman did do was, as she said last week, she took time being away from him, being away from his baggage and that toxicity, and she began to reevaluate some things. Now, never did she say she never stopped loving him. Of all of the things that he put her through, and she never stopped loving him. But she just knew that she had to get out of that situation. Because, when a man tells you he's in love with somebody else and somebody else is their soulmate, you want out. It's no point in you being there. So what you got to do is remove yourself from that environment. And she did that. So they're divorced. Y'all, I got an email. Here goes. Dear Pastor KZ, this email is from myself and my sister, and I want to say this first of all. We're new subscribers. Our mom got us to subscribe, and we love the show. Also, don't forget, we got gear coming to you. Well, thank you so much. Okay, here she goes. Our parents are divorced, and we won't keep you or the subscribers in suspense. We received an invitation to have dinner with our mom along with our grandparents on both sides, maternal and paternal. My mom did tell us that she was introducing us to her new boyfriend. And we thought, wow, that's great. Mom deserves to be loved and be happy. Upon getting to her house, and this is the coup de grace, Pastor KZ, we saw Daddy's truck in the driveway. And we thought, well, maybe Mom asked him to come so he can see she's moved on as well. Lo and behold, Daddy opened the door. Now, we observed that her boyfriend had not arrived yet. You hear me? This is how confused I am. Her boyfriend had not arrived, so we just assumed maybe he was coming after the dinner. Get ready for it. Get ready for it, Pastor KZ. Get ready for it. Okay, brace yourself, Pastor KZ. Okay, girl, I'm braced. After dinner, we heard Daddy say, and I quote, "Baby, I can't wait to taste that peach cobbler." Then me, like a dummy, I blurts out, "Baby." I say, "Mom, when is your boyfriend coming? I'm about sick of Daddy." Her and Daddy laughed. Of course, we all were bewildered. My grandparents as well. Then she stood up with Daddy and said to Daddy, quote, "Baby, you want to tell them?" He said, "Y'all, I know I hurt you. Girls, I hurt your mama, and I hurt y'all too. I made a mistake, and I've asked your mama to forgive me. Now I'm asking y'all to forgive me. I'm so very sorry for the wrong I've done, but we have decided to give our relationship another chance, and we wanted to tell y'all first." Pastor KZ, my knees just buckled. I felt like I was about to faint. Yes, y'all, I'm going to pause this video right now. I'm going to pause this email right now to tell you this is Boy Bye and his wife's daughters. This is Boy Bye and Girl Bye's daughters writing this email. Y'all, I don't know how y'all would have handled that. Is any of you watching today ever experienced your parents breaking up and getting back together? How y'all feel about that? I know they always say every kid wants their parents to stay together and they want a mama and a daddy in the house. How y'all feel about this? Remember, these are adult children. One of the daughters just got married, of which the daddy didn't even walk her down the aisle. How would you feel? This situation gets better and better. I'm going to meet the girls because they want to have a conversation. Y'all, there are many ways to look at this, but I truly believe that there are some women out there who still love a man who hurt them. That's a whole nother show, y'all. That's a whole nother show, and I'm going to do that show. It might be a series. There are some women out there who still love a man who hurt them and humiliated them and did them wrong, but they still love him. Some of them, the only reason they haven't gone back to the man is because for fear of what other people will say about them. Girl, you a fool. Or they fear that if I give him another chance, will he hurt me again? Now, let me say this and I'm going to flip it. There are some men out there who still love a woman who hurt him. This works both ways. It ain't just the women who get hurt. There's some good men out there, y'all, who've gotten their heart smashed, broken into pieces by loving a woman who just didn't love them back the way they deserve to be loved. Okay, the sister's saying, well, Pastor KZ, he probably did something. No, y'all. Let me just say this to my sisters. All men are not dogs. There are some good ones out there. Sometimes you overlook the good ones because you're looking for something else. But there's some good men out there. Now, I'm not saying there are no perfect people because none of us are. But y'all, this lady and man, they made a conscious effort to forgive one another and try to give it another chance. I personally don't see nothing wrong with it. Now, there's some situations, there's some scenarios, especially where there was physical and verbal abuse in it or addiction in the relationship. I would say, you know what? If that person is not clean and sober, at least 3 years, you might not want to revisit that. Because especially within the first 6 months of them going to rehab, they need to work on themselves. So I would say no. And where there was physical abuse, that's a no-go. That's a no-go. Nobody deserves to be physically hit. And that's male or female. Some of you women, y'all like to hit on men and that kind of crazy stuff. Nobody deserves that. I don't care who you are. If you discover you're in a relationship and you are so angry where you got to put your hands to somebody, you need to go get yourself some help. But I truly believe that this couple is trying something that a lot of people don't have the courage to do. Should she take him back? I don't know. Should she forgive him truly and trust him again? I don't know. The daughters that wrote this, Pastor KZ, I'm still mad at Daddy. I don't know what to think. And I don't know if I can ever accept the little boy. Every time I see that little boy, I should say this, he is our brother. But every time I see him, I just think about how Daddy hurt us and hurt Mama. Well, listen, Auntie gonna give you something to think about, young lady. If your mother is walking in true forgiveness and she's decided that she loves your daddy enough to take him back, I think you are going to have to work, you and your sisters, y'all going to have to work on walking in forgiveness as well. And this is going to take work. It's going to take journaling, and it may even take all of you going to family counseling, okay? I don't think you should get mad at your mom because she's made a decision. And you got to remember, no matter what y'all say, those are y'all parents, and they are due a level of respect. You don't just say anything you want to say because you've grown to your parents, okay? Because they're the ones responsible for you being on this earth. So show some respect there. We'll talk about this again next week, y'all. We're going to revisit this family. And as I said, I'm going to pray with the family again. And I don't know, I've kind of taken them under my wings. So we're going to revisit them. And listen, again, perhaps you don't miss the water until the well runs dry. We'll continue this discussion on next Thursday. Y'all be blessed. All of you who are not focused, get focused, get centered so that you will walk in favor. I will see you back tomorrow. Be blessed and be a blessing to someone else.